Someone asked me last week, Rambal, I have a 3 years of UX experience. I am applying everywhere. Nobody is calling me back. And I asked her, what roles are you applying for? She said, UX designer. So I told her that is your problem. The role UX designer, that generic title, it is getting buried. So companies are not hiring generalists the way they used to. So they are hiring the specialist, very specific specialist, roles that didn't even exist 2 years ago. And if you don't know what these roles are, you are sending your resume into a black hole and wondering why nobody responds. So today I am going to break down every single one of these new UX roles. So who can get into them? Which companies are hiring in Chennai and Bangalore? And exactly what salary you can expect. So let's get started. Section 1, why new roles are emerging? Because it is not random. Design used to be simple. You had a UX designer, a UI designer, maybe a researcher if the company was big enough. That was the whole team. Now, AI is embedded in every product: voice interfaces, chatbots, recommendation engines, data dashboards, design systems that span 50 products. Each of these, they need a designer who specifically understands that world. A general UX designer sitting next to an AI engineer, and they are speaking completely different languages. Companies are losing money because of that gap. So they created new roles to close the gap. And here is the thing, these roles are not being filled quickly because most designers don't know these roles are exist. So most colleges are not teaching for these roles. Most boot camps are still teaching you the 2019 version of UX. So this is your window right now, 2026. Let me walk you through each role. Section 2, the roles. Role 1, UX engineer. So this one I talk about a lot because it is the most immediate opportunity. An UX engineer is someone who sits between the design and development. They can design in Figma and build it in React. So they are not a full stack developer. They are not just a UI designer. They are the person who bridges that handoff gap. So you know the problem in every product team, designer does the Figma, hands it to the developer. Developer builds something that looks completely different, and everyone argues about whose fault it is. An UX engineer, they eliminate the problem entirely. So who should study this? If you already have 1 to 3 years of UI design experience and you are comfortable with basic HTML and CSS, you are a perfect candidate. So you don't need to be a programmer, you need to be a comfortable with code. So there is a difference. Fresh graduates with a design background, so you can also enter this. The learning curve is steeper, but it's completely achievable in 3 to 4 months. Companies hiring this in Chennai: Zoho, Freshworks, ChargeBee, Razorpay's Chennai office, Matchstreet Den. In Bangalore, Swiggy, Meesho, Flipkart, Adobe, SAP Labs, Atlassian. Salary in Chennai, 16 to 14 lakhs at entry to mid-level. Salary in Bangalore is about 10 to 18 lakhs at entry to mid-level. Senior level in Bangalore, 25 to 40 lakhs. That is real money. Role 2, AI UX designer. So this is the hottest role right now. I am not exaggerating. As a AI UX designer is someone who designed the interface specifically for AI powered products. Not just using the AI tools to design faster, but designing the actual experiences of AI systems. Think about ChatGPT's interface. Someone designed that. Think about the way Swiggy's recommendations work. That is a designed experience. So when a chatbot says the wrong thing and you feel frustrated, that is a UX failure. So when it feels natural and helpful, that is an AI UX designer success. So this role requires you to understand how AI behaves, not the code, not the math, but the user's experience of interacting with something that is intelligent. Trust, transparency, error states, uncertainty. So these are all design problems. Who should study this? UX designers with 2 to 5 years experience who are curious about AI products. Freshers who are genuinely interested in AI, not just people chasing the salary. If you are actually used ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and you thought, why does this feel good or why does this feel off? You have the right instinct for this role. The companies hiring: Google, Microsoft, Freshworks, Zoho, startup building AI products. In Chennai, Matchstreet, Zoho AI division, and multiple AI startups. In Bangalore, this is exploding. Sarvam AI, Krutrim, Exotel, and any company building a product on top of an LLM. Salary in Chennai, 8 to 18 lakhs. Salary in Bangalore, 14 to 28 lakhs. Senior roles going above 35 lakhs. And the supply of designers who can do this, almost zero right now. So, which is why salaries are jumping fast. Role number three, product analyst with the data skills. So this one surprises the people because it doesn't around like a design role. But here is what's happening. Companies want designers who can understand the data, not just to look at data, understand it, ask questions of it, use it to make decisions. A product analyst with the design sensibility, someone who can look at a funnel and say users are dropping here because of this design decision. That person is incredibly valuable. They sit between the product manager, the designer, and the data team. They connect the dots that nobody else connects. Who should study this? UX researchers who want to expand into product analytics, designers who are already curious about why users behave the way they do, MBA freshers with a design interest. So this is a great entry point for you. Anyone who is comfortable with Excel and is willing to learn SQL and basic Python. Companies hiring every product company. Seriously, every single one. In Chennai, Freshworks, Zogo, ChargeBee, Ramco Systems. In Bangalore, Amazon, PhonePe, Cred, Razorpay, Meesho, Grow. Salary in Chennai, 7 to 16 lakhs. Salary in Bangalore, 12 to 24 lakhs. Role 4, Conversational UX Specialist. Every company is building a chatbot right now. Customer service chatbots, AI assistants, voice interfaces, and almost every single one of them is terrible. You know why? Because nobody hired someone who actually thinks about conversation design. They just gave it to a developer and said, make it work. A conversational UX specialist designs how AI talks to people, the flow of a conversation, how it handles the confusions, how it recovers when it doesn't understand, what words it uses and why. So this is a completely new discipline and barely anyone in India is trained in it. So who should study this? UX designers with a strong research and writing background, people who are naturally good communicators, content designers. So this is your next evolution. Even someone from the linguistics or psychology background can enter this role with UX upskilling. Companies hiring Freshdesk, Zogodesk, Exotel, Haptic. In Chennai, Zoho, Freshworks, and a growing startup ecosystem. In Bangalore, Haptic, Yellow AI, and dozens of customer service AI startups. Salary in Chennai is about a 7 to 15 lakhs. In Bangalore, 12 to 22 lakhs. Role 5, Design System Engineer. This role is mostly in large companies and product companies. When a company has 20 plus products, Zoho has 50 plus apps, right? So they need a consistent design language across all of them. That is a design system, and someone has to build it, maintain it, evolve it. A design system engineer does exactly that. They build component libraries, they write the documentation, they create the rules that every other designer and developer should follow. So this is quite high paying and underappreciated until you know about it. So who should study this? So designers with 3 or more years of experience who love systems thinking. So UX engineers, so this is your specialization part. If you love creating order out of chaos, this role was made for you. So companies hiring Freshworks, Zoho, Infosys Design Division, ThoughtWorks, Publicize Sapient. In Bangalore, Atlassian, Adobe, Flipkart, Swiggy. Salary in Chennai would be 10 to 20 LPA, Bangalore would be 16 to 35 LPA. So this is one of the paying design roles. Role 6, responsible AI designer. See, I want to end with this one because it is the least talked about and it might be the most important role emerging right now. So AI can be biased, AI can discriminate, AI can cause harm at scale. Governments are making laws about this. Europe has a AI Act. India is moving in this direction too. A responsible AI designer thinks about fairness, transparency. So how do you design an AI system that doesn't discriminate? So how do you show users when AI made a decision and why? So how do you give the people control over systems that are making choices about their lives? So this requires both design skills and a deep interest in ethics. Who should study this? Senior designers with 5 or more years of experience, UX researchers, policy-minded designers. So anyone who has thought about the ethics of technology. not just the aesthetics. So this is early stage in India, but it is growing fast. Companies like Google, Microsoft, at any company building at scale are starting to hire for this specifically. Salary in Bangalore would be 18 to 40 LPA at senior level. International opportunities are significant for this role. Section 3, who can study? Number 1, fresh graduates from any stream, arts, science, engineering, commerce. Doesn't matter if you are 21, 22, 23 years old and you want a career in design. Every single one of these roles is accessible to you. The learning time is 3 to 6 months depending on your starting point. Number 2, working professionals who want to switch. IT professionals, you already understand the technology. Marketing professionals, you already understand users. Developers, you already know coding. So UX engineering is literally made for you. HR and operations, if you have empathy for people, UX research is your path. I have trained HR people who become UX designers. I have trained mechanical engineers who became product analysts. So I have trained school teachers who became UX researchers. So this field is open, more open than people think. Number 3, existing UX and UI designers who want to level up. So if you have been the same kind of work for 2 or 3 years and you feel stuck or underpaid, upskilling into one of these specializations in the fastest way move from 8 lakhs to 18 lakhs. So I have seen it happen in 4 to 5 months multiple times. The only person who cannot benefit from this is someone who doesn't want to put in the work. So if you are looking for a shortcut, I am not the right person for you. But if you are willing to learn seriously, these opportunities are real. Let me be real with you about salaries for a second. These numbers I have shared, they are real. I am not inflating them, but they are for people who actually know how to do the job. A certificate doesn't get you 18 lakhs. A strong portfolio, a clear specialization, and the ability to talk about your work, that gets you the 18 lakhs. The salary gap between a generic UX designer and a specialist right now in 2026 is 6 to 12 lakhs per year. So that is not a small difference. That is a life-changing money. Bangalore consistently pays 30 to 40% more than Chennai for these roles. But Chennai's cost of living is significantly lower. And with the hybrid work, many Bangalore companies are now hiring Chennai-based talent. So the talent supply for these roles, especially AI UX engineering, conversational UX, is extremely thin in India. Demand is high, supply is low. Salaries are moving up. This is the window, not 5 years from now. Now. I've been in this industry for 25 years. So I have seen multiple waves of new roles emerge and create wealth for people who moved early. So mobile UX designers in 2010, they become directors and heads of design by 2018. E-commerce UX in 2015, same story. Now AI native roles in 2026, this is the same wave. The difference between the people who rode those waves and the people who missed them is not a talent, timing and the willingness to learn something before it becomes obvious. If something in this video resonated, drop it in the comments. So tell me which role you are most interested in. I read every comment, and if you want to know specifically how to build the skills for these roles, I'll put the link in the Aspira programs in the description. It is not for everyone, but if you are serious, take a look. So thank you for watching. I will see you soon with another meaningful topic. Until then, bye bye.